Okay, call this meeting to order for the special meeting of the Employee Retirement Board. Item 2, approve the minutes of the special meeting, July 14th, 2020.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes of special meeting 7/14/20, item 2.
Second it.
I have a motion and a second.
Swager.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Alvidrez.
Aye.
Egger.
Aye.
Livengood.
Aye.
We've got 5 ayes.
Item 3, discussion and possible action to approve the lump sum payout on death benefits for LCS Ronnie deceased.
I make a motion that we approve the lump sum payout on death benefits for LCS Ronnie deceased.
I have a motion and a second.
Swager.
Aye.
Peterson. Egger.
Aye.
Alvidrez.
Aye.
Livengood.
Aye.
We've got 5 ayes.
Item 4, reports from city manager and council members. Joe Don, if you want to.
Sure, I'll start off. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize Pamela Adams. She is a driver for our transit system, and she's worked for the transit system she's worked for the ride in Guyman for 13 years now. And through these past 13 years, she's been, her work has been defined by hard work and dedication, her compassion and tenacity through the recent COVID pandemic. Despite having the option to temporarily restrict the ride services due to Guyman's rapid COVID case increase, Pamela continued to provide rides for the passengers by sanitizing her bus after every ride, wearing a mask and gloves throughout the day. She made sure that every individual who steps onto her bus feels safe. Whether those people were employees at Seaboard or kids on their way home from school. Mrs. Adams is one of the 3 finalists for the Oklahoma Transit Authority's Hero of the Year Award to be presented at the October 22nd Oklahoma State Driving Championships and Training Conference presented by the Creative Bus Sales. We're not sure who's going to win that at this time, but she is one of the 3 finalists, and we felt it was an honor for her to make it that far, and it was an honor for her to be recognized with that. And I'd like to, if you happen to see Mrs. Adams, to certainly thank her for her service to Guyman and for her dedication to the bus service. I've given you several reports. I didn't get them out as early as I would have liked to have, so I'm going to let you kind of read through them at your leisure, and then give me calls if you've got any questions. I would like to discuss the city financials as where we stand today. Obviously, we've heard from Mr. Crawford on how we've done in the past, kind of keep you up to date on where we're at today. Over the last, for the month of August, our sales tax has really kind of turned around a little bit. Instead of the downfall that we had been seeing, as a comparison to last year, we are looking about where we ought to be last year. There is less than a 1% difference between what we've collected through August of this year and what we had collected last year through August. If we look at it as a comparison to our budget, our sales tax is about 5% below what we had budgeted. So there is some concern there. We've still got some ground to make up. Having just 4 months left in the year, I'm not sure that we're going to meet our budget projections. To meet our budget projections, we'd have to be collecting about $700,000 a month for the next 4 months. And given our history, I just don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to be looking at about the same sales tax level we were at last year, which is about $6.6 million. We do have some big events that are coming up in the month of August that should help boost us later on. We've got the rodeo this month. We've got students moving into on campus this month. So I do expect when our collections roll in that would be representative of August sales, I would expect to have a boost. So that's, I think we're in October, we'll be looking at a boost from where we were at in October of the year before, but I just don't think we're going to make up the ground that we've lost due to the pandemic. Our use tax is for the month of August. It showed some positive moves. The month of August was about 2.6% over the month of August in 2019, which was a positive sign. But we are still about 14% down as a comparison to 2019 collections, and we're still down about 6 or 7%, about 7% from our budget. Again, I think for us to meet budget, I think we'd have to be collecting about $131,000 a month for the next 4 months. I don't see that happening. I think we're going to be looking at a sales tax collection of about, a use tax collection of about $1.2 million. When we combined our sales and use tax, I think we will miss projections by about $700,000. To address this, we have cut back on our capital improvement expenditures. This is, based on Mr. Crawford's performator. That's not going to probably be a great thing. We're kind of kicking the can down the road, so to speak, on some of the capital improvements that we need to make. But when the budget dollars aren't there, I just don't feel like they're going to be there. And we're going to have to postpone some of that. If I look at our utility revenue, I see that our gas sales are down, are below last year's actual sales by about 9%. Our water sales are, and this is through the month of July, are actually up about 10%. Our sewer sales are up about 3%. Our sanitation is about consistent where it was last year at the same time. There's less than a 4% variant, a 0.04% variance. When we combined all of our utilities together and look at them as a whole, we are about at the same level we were at July of last year. There's less than a 1% difference. We are about 3% above our anticipated budget. But we are having, but we have cut back and we are not looking at doing any kind of capital improvements in the utility fund right now unless it has dedicated money, such as all the capital improvement items that we will be addressing have dedicated money for them, such as Nash Soccer Complex, which money was collected through donations in previous years. Any grants that we have that have dedicated money, we'll be continuing on with them, and some of those items. If you look at what our utility sales and as a reflection of the weather, we can see that if I look back at the Farmer's Almanac, which is something I've always looked at, to see our indicators, the next 6 to 8 weeks looks like it would be pretty favorable. August, there'll be a few, the first part of August over the next couple of weeks, probably be a few more showers or with a couple of scattered thunderstorms in our area, but it will be typically, the Farmer's Almanac predicts it will be typically hot in our area, which would indicate water usage and things like that. September looks to be a cool month. It's going to be hot and sunny in the first few weeks, but the second part of the month will be sunny and warm with an expected temperature of about 72 degrees, which I would hope may indicate the usage of people starting to use some of our gas services, and to see some increases on that. Expected rainfall for the month of September is going to be about a ½ inch, so I think that we can still see a little bit more water sales based on that information. When we look at our revenues, Guymon, City of Guymon as a total city across all funds has collected about $14.6 million. This is about 4% above what the budget estimate was. And whereas we're seeing some definite declines and slight losses in our major revenue sources, as a comparison to budget, we are seeing increases in intergovernmental revenues or grants. If we look at the CARES Act, the information that was just released is that the state has allocated $487,574 in CARE Relief Fund monies to us. We have about $30,000 in relief funds coming through FAA for the airport, and about $286,000 in relief funds coming to the ride. With that money, the $286,000, as we've discussed in previous months, we're going to be looking at buying 2 new buses. The $30,000 is for the airport, has been earmarked just for general operations. The $847,000 is for general protection and safety concerns and prevention. And based on the information I've read through their publications, I believe we will be able to recapture the majority of that $847,000 through reimbursement requests. As far as our expenditures are concerned, we've expended about $11.6 million, and this is about $900,000 less than what we had budgeted for this time of year. We're making our capital, part of the reason for this decline is our capital purchases have been made selectively and will be continued to be made selectively. We're gonna be prudent with our monies, not spend what we have to spend to maintain our systems and to provide our services, but not spending unnecessarily. I think that as we work forward on our budget process, there's going to be 3 projects that we need to look at very closely and have those projects a priority position in our budget adoption for next year. All of those are water related, water infrastructure related. As we've talked, I think that we're going to have to be doing, I think we're going to need to drill at least 2 new wells. And we're going to add some new storage facilities next budget year. I think once that is installed, we can start looking at repair and refurbishment of our existing wells to increase their capacity. And we're going to have a solution for the automated meter reading infrastructure. And we've discussed most of those tonight. One of the other priorities that I think we need to have for next budget year is something that y'all, the council talked with me about during the interview process, and that is revamping our pay structure for our employees. We need to have a pay structure that will allow us for us to retain the great employees that we have and to attract the new employees that who will be equally as great. And with these 2 pieces of information added to our budget, once these numbers are shored up, I think the remainder of the budget will fall into place. I do expect to be discussing with you as we get some information in over the next month, having a budget retreat to discuss in detail budget items, but that will be a future meeting. And at this time, that would be all of my remarks, save for one. Part of what didn't get sent out to the council, which I will email out tomorrow morning, would be minutes from previous board meetings. There were a couple of them that have been provided to you today through the budget, or through the documentation the agenda that we had, though I do have some other board meeting minutes to forward to you. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
We're good. Any reports from council members?
Only thing I've got is
Go ahead.
school starts Friday. Make sure to slow down and watch for the young ones.
I just wanted to add, for next year, hopefully we could look at a couple roads, city roads, something that keeps being brought up quite a bit. I know we're doing a good job with the approaches in the alley. Everything looks good there. With all the rain that we have, be vigilant with your weekly alley. Yeah, don't let it skip. But I think roads do need to be added for the next year, a couple here and there.
I'd like to give a big shout out to George and Pete and all their guys on the street and the parks crew. If you haven't been down to the rodeo arena, they really got it looking great. Larry looks at it every day, but they paint it. The steps, we're going to be on TV starting on the August the 18th. Our slack will be on TV, and then our main performance on Sunday will be televised live on TV. The Friday night performance, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night performance may or may not make the live cut, just depending on what's going on. But that's a pretty cool deal. But it wouldn't have been possible without the street and parks crew. I mean, I can't emphasize how amazing it looks. So thanks to those guys for sure. And if you haven't been out there, go look. And if you'll guarantee that 80-degree weather on August the 21st, 2nd, 3rd, it would be very helpful.
That's a farmer's almanac prediction, so.
It says 85, I mean, we're getting close.
So, but no, it does look great out there, and so make sure those guys know, so.
Well, I'll start off. This morning, sitting on the, and Joe Don was on there also, the virtual legislative committee meeting with OML to outline what they're planning on doing next year. Probably what they're going to do, I doubt there's going to be a lot of new addition, but probably they're going to try to complete the things that didn't happen in the last legislative session, because a lot of things just went away with the COVID deal. And they're getting ready to start on the interim studies that have been approved for the Senate and the House. Joe Don, I think, is going to send you all a copy of that list that we got, so that if you'd like to sit in, if any of them would interest you, they'll be streamed live by virtual meeting, and I think that information's on there. I think y'all also got an invite. Senator Langford's going to be here next Tuesday. I think all of you got an invite to go to a meeting with him if you can. And this Friday night is Friday Night Lights. I don't know that we've ever had that in Guymon before. At the start of the football season, but we're going to have it this year. They may get the little automated striper out and show how that's working. I don't know. It's pretty neat. And the OML conference, as y'all know, was canceled, but OML's setting up some online resources that they're going to offer in lieu of that. There'll be some training things that you can do it. Some of them will be actually live streamed, and some of them will be delayed stream you can get on anytime. And some new training. And that's all I got.
All I got, obviously Pioneer Days is coming, so everyone be safe, be smart. And then school starting for all the kids and teachers. I think that's a good thing for our kids to get back in school. And then, everyone be safe with everyone kind of moving back around again. That's all I got. We'll stand adjourned as Guymon Retirement Board. Thank you.